Hey guys, I'm down here at an open parking lot. I'm going on a test drive right now, and I figured that I'd go ahead and take my lunch while I'm here. Some stuff happened over the weekend, and it just makes you think about life in general, and then it makes you take a step back. Whenever somebody goes through such tragedy, you always look at things like, how do you even get to that point in your life where you let things get that bad? Now, I've been gone most of the week, kind of staying at work late at night and going over to Angie's house and staying there. This weekend, I went back home, and the people across the street got evicted, and the house has been empty for a couple weeks now. I guess they came by and cleaned it up because over the last week, on and off, the lights have been left on. Sunday morning, Angie came out late Saturday night to stay with me, and then Sunday morning, we woke up and I look across the street and I see the sheriff deputy car parked right there, and I thought, what the heck's going on? It's in between two houses, kind of right across the street from the lady that Debbie, my neighbor. She's like a mom to me. She was like Paige's grandma. She took care of Paige the few days before, or the few weeks before Paige passed away, or we had to put her down, I should say. And Debbie's very, very special to me. So I got scared and I put my clothes on real quick and I put my shoes and stuff on and I ran across the yard, and I thought maybe because of where the sheriff deputy was or in the ambulance was, that was possibly for Debbie, because Debbie's getting older and she's hurting. She said she's been sick for the last week. So I go over there and it's not her. They're in the people's house across the street. It's just right on the other side of my yard. And I'm trying to figure out what the heck's going on because I didn't even know anybody lived there. It's been vacant for weeks now. And I knocked on Debbie's door. She made it to the door because she's getting ready to go to church. And I said, Debbie, what's going on across the street? And she said, I have no idea. I don't know what's going on. I didn't even know anybody was over there until I seen you knocking on the door. I heard something. It brought me to the front room. And she says, come in the kitchen so you can watch from the kitchen so they don't see you staring. And I said, I don't care if they see me staring. I mean, it's my neighbors. I want to know what's going on in the neighborhood. And I stood right there in the kitchen with her, and I'm looking across, and I see the paramedics and the fire department, the sheriff, the deputy, kind of walking through the house slowly. I could see their head through the window, and they're just going real slow, inching to the front door, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. Then all of a sudden, I seen this blob come out and just kind of move across the porch real slow, and then I seen a head, and then I seen some arms, and then all of a sudden I could tell that it was a woman or a man or something that was sitting on the staircase going down to the front yard. There was only 2 or 3 steps, and their body had consumed the whole stairwell all the way down to the bottom, as well as being up on the porch. And they were having to hold themselves up with other people holding themselves up. And I about passed out. I'd never seen anything like that face to face in my life. And I said, Debbie, that's a person right there. And she said, oh my God, no, it's not. I said, yes, it is. That's a person right there. And sure enough, she seen the head moving back and forth. And I said, man, I'm going to go. I want to go see what's going on. So I walk all the way to the end of the driveway, and I'm standing just 10 feet from where these people are doing this at. The paramedics have come there for this woman, and they're trying to get this woman out of the house onto this really massive, like super, super heavy duty gurney, this bigger ambulance than what you're normally used to seeing. More fire department people came, and more came, and there was like 3 additional trucks that came on top of the ambulance that was already there, plus the sheriff deputy that was there. And they all had to get together to get this woman on this gurney. And then once they put this woman on the gurney, they had to stagger like 10 people around the gurney to get the end of it up and pivoted to slide it in the back of this ambulance. I had never seen anything like that in my life. It makes you look at life like, how do you get to that point? I've seen it on TV before. I've never seen anybody that big in person. And I'm thinking to myself, how do you get to the point where you let yourself go that far to where you just don't want help anymore, or you don't get help anymore, or you're too poor to get help, or you have a medical condition that you just don't take care of that gets you to that, or you're just lazy. Whatever the situation may be, I don't understand that because I've never had to live that life. And I asked the police officer, the sheriff deputy, when he was standing in the middle of the road, I said, so when did these people move in? And he said, literally just yesterday. He said they haven't even been here 24 hours yet, and the mother's already calling the paramedics to come get the daughter up. And I said, well, what's going on with the mom then? Why is she not out here? And he said she can't come out here. She's over 400 pounds and she's only 5'2". The daughter's 600 pounds and she's 5'4". The mom can't walk but 2 or 3 feet and has to stop and sit back down again. She's got to carry a chair around the house with her because she can only make it a few feet at a time, and her body wants to give out on her. And I said, well, what's the daughter's story then? She can't walk? And he said, no, she's immobile. She crawls and scoots her butt across the floor and rolls through the house when she wants to go somewhere. And I said, well, what about going to the bathroom? And he said they have to build a flight of like a stand thing for her to crawl herself up to and then roll over sideways to go to the bathroom because she can't go by herself. And he said the bad part about it is there's nobody even take care of these people. And I said, well, I mean, how did you guys even get out here? He said, well, the mom got tired of hearing the daughter complain over the last 24 hours, and she was saying she was in pain and she had to go to the bathroom and she was hungry. They have no food in the house. They have no furniture in the house. They have one chair for the mother to sit on. And I said, well, how the heck did they get over here then? And he said, I don't know. The story is they lived right down the street about a half a mile and they got evicted because there were cockroaches all over their house. It was disgusting. It was falling apart. The cockroaches and the dirt and garbage was all over in their furniture. And they had to condemn the place because they were going to lose the whole apartment building where these people were staying. And they had to have special care moving them in and out all the time. People going shopping for them, but they lost all that care. They don't have no financial aid or anything anymore. They've got no way to take care of themselves anymore. So somehow they were able to get somebody Saturday morning when nobody was around to transport them to this house, unload them in this house, and then take off. And they said, look, we're not bringing your furniture because the place is condemned. We can't bring anything over here for you. So these people have been living there since Saturday on the floor, like literally living on the floor. And he said the bad thing is the girl said she had caught diarrhea about 5 days ago. She went to the bathroom on herself. She hadn't bathed in days and days and days, had nobody to take care of her, and she smelt like death. And he said, I don't know what else to do other than to let the paramedics take her to the hospital, let the hospital clean them up, and then put her back in the house and hope that I can get somebody to come out here and care for these people. And I was like, oh my God. I've been so sad since then thinking about these people. Like, how do you get to the point where you live like that? And what do you do when you get to that point? How do you get help? And when there's no help and you've used all your help and there's just nothing else there to do, what do you do? I mean, it's just, and they want to be in their own home. They don't want to be in medical facilities. So when they're in their own home with no furniture and stuff like that living there, the daughter literally gets around by rolling and scooting on her butt. Where do you go with that? I mean, I just don't understand how you live that kind of life and die that way. Because that's what happens. You will die that way. And what would have happened if she would have had nobody to call the ambulance or the hospital, the police, whatever it is, to get help just for at least one day to get her cleaned back up? That makes you think, like, just, I feel so bad for these people. I don't know what to do. I want to help them, but I don't know how to help them. And if I get myself involved, how deep am I going to get involved and get taken away from, living my life when there's nobody else to help or nobody else is trying to help? What do you do, guys? What do you do for people like this? I mean, what can they do if they don't have any help? Help me out here. Help me figure out what I can do to help these people. Thanks, guys.